and good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing great today. It is a beautiful day in southern Arkansas. So nice and sunny, and the temperature is in a good place. Let's see, 53. So it feels pretty good. Hello, Shannon. Shannon says it is gorgeous in Port Arthur today. And I'm glad to finally be having a pretty day because it has been wet and rainy and sloppy and muddy and yeah. Anyway, so how has everybody's week been? I hope it's been great. And mine's been good so far. And just been busy here and there. Not too heavy of a schedule this week. But today we have Bobby, our nutrition coach, is coming back on today. She'll be here shortly. So, looking forward to talking to her and seeing what she has to offer today. I think Shannon disappeared on me. I'm talking to myself this morning, but that's okay. It's just me, my Diet Dr. Pepper. My camera is whacking out. I'm not sure what's going on. Well, hello, Tim. How are you? Shannon says she's still here. It's going from showing people in the chat to not showing people in the chat. I don't know. One of those days, I guess. Tim, your channel is going to be one of the ones that's showcased on the Let's Grow Together live this evening at 5. I'm glad you finally got it up and running. Congratulations. And so looking forward to seeing all your content you're going to put out. He says, hiya, Jaws. But anyway, just waiting till some more people hop on board. So are you enjoying filming content, Tim? He's not saying anything. All right. Well, while we're waiting on Bobby. Oh, I'm sure you did great. I was nervous my first time too, Tim. While we're waiting on Bobby, I'm going to throw the link on there. Anyone wants to come up and say hi? Because it is kind of a quiet morning this morning. I guess everybody's enjoying the pretty weather. Yes, Tim, a tripod is very helpful. Hello, Gil. How are you? I wound up getting one. I think I got one from Walmart, a taller one, but then I got a shorter one I ordered from Amazon. If anybody wants to pop on and say hi, I threw the link up there while we're waiting on our guest. So, Shannon, Gail, Tim, whoever wants to come up, you're more than welcome. And we're just hanging out until she gets here. I love mine, Shannon. It's awesome. That's been one of my favorite things that I have got. Hey, here's Bobby. So we're going to go ahead and bring her on. Good morning or afternoon or wherever you're at.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you? Looks like you have a beautiful day there as well.
It is. It's chill, a little bit chillier than it has been, but absolutely beautiful and sunny. So it's
Awesome.
awesome.
It's about 53 here.
Yeah,
So
I'm not sure what temp it is here. Probably somewhere in there, but it is beautiful.
it's a gorgeous day. And so what you been up to? Are you glad to have your power back on?
Yeah, it came back on sooner than expected, so that was good for this. But
That's awesome. So you had a busy week?
it's been pretty good. Yeah, pretty steady. How about you?
Eh, kind of half and half. Kind of
Yeah,
chill for once.
that's nice. That's always nice.
Yeah, for once. It's so pretty today. I'm trying to decide if I want to fire up the smoker or if I
Oh,
don't.
if you want to what? I'm sorry.
Fire up my smoker or not. I'm trying to decide. But
Oh, that sounds good. I love smoked meat. We really don't do anything in the smoker, but it's so good.
I have a pork tenderloin I bought, and I've got to do a video for a recipe, but I can either cook it in the oven or smoke it, and I'm trying to decide which one I want to do. But
So I'm sure it'll be good either way.
oh yeah,
But I love
at
smoked
least
meat.
it depends on how much effort I want to put into.
Right?
We have our dog on a wireless perimeter now, so it's going to be interesting trying to get out there and smoke meat with him traipsing around.
Oh, wow.
He is an
That.
overgrown pest. He's been tearing up everything in the yard,
Oh, no.
and so yeah, I'm not really looking forward to making him stay away from the smoker. Gail is wanting to
Oh, that
plant
would
a
be hard.
garden today if it warms up. I think you
Oh,
guys started y'all's garden, didn't you? Started
we did. We planted our first patches of greens. So we did some spinach and lettuce, and we got some onions in. So that's exciting. A few of the spring plants.
hey, that sounds awesome.
Getting a
Well,
little bit of an earlier start this year. So,
yeah. I'm going to let you go ahead and get started on whatever you have to share this week.
okay. So, well, we had some that we didn't make it to last week. So I guess we could just go ahead and
Yeah, let's
start
pick it.
there. Um, so I think last week we covered a lot of ingredients to avoid and ways to make some pretty popular dishes healthier. And kind of the last part of that, which kind of goes into the weight loss and low carb and kind of what we're going to be talking today. But just some small habits to start with that are good for your overall health. They're good for weight loss, good for just overall being in good health in general. So we'll just cover those and just start implementing a few of these at a time. So you don't have to start, and put every single one, into action in the same week, but just start with a few and get them, going. Start with just maybe even two, put them into place and make it a habit for a few weeks and then kind of start adding more and more slowly. So your first one would be to drink water. I think this is pretty obvious to most of us, but probably a lot of us don't drink as much water as we should in this area. So even though we know it, I think we constantly need to be reminded to drink enough water. Water is so good for your body and weight loss and just everything. You need it to function. And so you need to be drinking ideally about half your body weight in ounces of water a day is like the goal that you should try um, to reach for. So drink your water. Um, a lot of people say to start out your day drinking water. So even if you drink coffee, like maybe try to get some water. Whoops, try to get some water in um, before you drink that cup of coffee in the morning or whatever it is, and just try to remember to drink it at all times throughout the day. Some people, maybe are really good at it, especially if that's all you drink is water. It's probably going to be easier for you. But if you need that reminder, there are, big cups. You can get a cup the size that you need to drink that much, and be sure that you're consuming that much a day, or get a smaller bottle and say if you needed to drink 2 or 3 of those bottles per day to meet your ounces, make sure you're refilling that enough times. So,
Well, my
and you,
daughter
what?
has come across this thing called a hydro jug. And it's a
Is
new thing that's come out, and it has the fancy little sleeves you can slide them down into. So she has about 3 or 4 of those things.
Oh well.
And they hold probably, uh, I'm going to say at least 4, maybe 8 balls. I don't know. It's unreal. So
Oh
she
wow.
has about,
Yeah, I've seen the pretty big
yeah, she has about 3 or 4 of them. And she keeps finding them ones that she falls in love with. And I'm like,
ones.
I ain't ordering anymore. Hello, David. Your card is on the
I know
way.
I have
Go ahead.
not those, but I know I had like so many water bottles. I went through a phase where it's like, there's all kinds of cups and water bottles in our cabinet. There's too many because I always found some new one that I liked or whatever. But yeah, so drink your water and even adding things to your water like lemon. Not necessarily like the packs. I don't really recommend those. Most of them have stuff in them, though you can find some good ones. They actually even do have little powder packs, I think, that are just lemon that you can add in there. But adding some fresh lemon juice or grapefruit or orange, or if you use essential oils to get a good like food grade essential oil and do lemon, or really good for detoxing and just for everything in your body. Um, Grapefruit is another really good one that people like to drink in their water for weight loss. So you can add some things to it, and those spice up the taste a little bit too. So if you want to change up your taste without, messing with your benefits and just adding to your benefits of your water, that's a great way
David wants to know if he should get shoes or a grow light.
to do it.
I'm not sure how to answer that one. He won the one of the gift cards on the last Super Grow, so
Oh,
I think he's planning the shopping trip.
um, yeah. So drink your water is a big one. Movement is super big. We kind of touched on this a little bit last week, but our society today as a whole has become very sedentary. We sit most of the day. A lot of people have jobs or they sit most of the day and they're not out moving. Our bodies are really made to be moving like 12 to 14 hours a day, and we're just now most of the day. Sorry, this thing keeps going out. Most of the day we are just sitting. And so that really can have effects on our body. It can affect musculoskeletal pain. A lot of people, low back pain, a lot of common elements like that can really come from not moving your body correctly or not moving your body enough. Um, and of course, movement is going to play a big role in weight loss and burning those calories and getting your metabolism going and just um, starting that weight loss process. Definitely going to help your diet. You can never really out train a bad diet. A lot of people, I think they can just work out and see the changes in a diet, really, or not necessarily a diet in that sense of the word, but what you're eating. If it's a lot of bad things and junk food and processed food, you're not going to be able to out train that with movement, but movement definitely plays a role and will help in that process if you're also eating, fairly healthy. So getting your movement in, and it doesn't planned workouts are great, but you don't have to do them every day to get your movement. If you are, busy and you don't have time to work out every single day, there are still other ways to get your movement in. So, I mean, if you're working or you're going out a lot, try to park farther away from the door if you can't. If you can, park farther away from the door and walk so that you're getting more steps in. Um, Try to take the stairs instead of the elevator, if at all possible. Obviously, if you're able to do these things, get your movement in ways. But if you can, walk more, take the stairs. There are little things that you can do. If you work like a 9 to 5 job or a set hours of a job, and you have like a lunch break or another break throughout the day, just get outside. This is going to go along with one of our next points too is fresh air and sunshine. But get outside and get moving a little bit. So take a walk, even if it's just for a few minutes, like 5-10 minutes. Walk around the building a couple of times, whatever it is, kind of get that movement going, and get in some fresh air. So, and movement really can help your mood too. A lot of people, you know, um, maybe deal with depression or anxiety or any things like that, and movement can actually really help there. So it releases endorphins, can help with so many things physically and mentally, and with weight loss and all the good things. So try to get some movement in. Try to aim for maybe about 10,000 steps a day is a good way to get movement in. You should still be implementing some other designated workouts throughout the week as well, but trying to get your 10,000 steps in is kind of ensuring that you're getting a lot of movement in. Um, and so you may be surprised just to see how few or how many steps that you really do take in a day. So maybe get, a fitness tracker. You can actually get ones for very cheap. My very first one was like, I think a $40 one or something, and it worked fine. They have them everywhere now and they work. So, if you want to do that to track your steps, you can track on your phone if you have your phone always, but just kind of see, it just kind of makes you aware of how much or how little you're moving and encourages you to get out and get going. So try to get some movement in. Also, designated workouts. We'll kind of come back to that one in a minute, but try to work in some kind of movement into your daily activity. Um, and then, well, I'll pause for a minute if anybody has any questions or anything they want to say.
Uh, Kiss the Wind said, "You are so talented and smart." Gil said, "Both are great choices, and yes, we are lazy." Thanks, Gil, for the share. I appreciate it. David always takes the stairs. He's scared of elevators. Or don't trust elevators, I should say. Hello, Amy. How many steps approximately are in a mile?
About 2,000 roughly steps.
Wow.
So, yeah. So if you're walking 10,000 steps a day, you're probably walking about 5 miles, give or take a little bit. So
Wow.
that's pretty good movement there.
Yeah, for real.
And you don't even have to realize it. Like, again, even if you're not maybe able to do it all at once or time constraints or whatever the case may be, if you just get out and do like 5 or 10 minutes, walk around the house for 5 or 10 minutes, even if you're home, or walk around the building outside at work, or whatever the case may be, just 5 or 10 minutes throughout your day can really add up.
To make a big change. Well,
So
what is your opinion on talking about walking on cardio?
cardio.
I've
Well,
heard sometimes it's good and sometimes it's not really helpful. I've heard both sides of it.
I think it's I think a lot of people think it's the absolute key to weight loss and that strength training isn't, really key in that. And I think that's kind of where the travel comes in is I think cardio is good because I mean it's good for your heart, it's good for, your joints, it's good for all kinds of other health benefits sprinkled in. But cardio in and of itself isn't like the answer to your weight loss. So you do need to incorporate some strength training and some other things in there to kind of help with that. But I think and muscle toning and all that kind of thing. But cardio is a good thing to sprinkle in. It's just not if you only, walk, you may not see the results. And you may, if you're eating a good diet and you're doing some walking, then you may see the results. It's going to depend on you. But I think a lot of people think it's the key and the only thing that works. And I think that's kind of where the trouble comes in.
Yeah. Gail says she needs to go back to walking at the park. I
Yeah,
used
walking outside is so nice.
at the park, and I got away from that. I used to actually several years ago go to one of the hospitals here and take the stairs. It was like 5 or 6 floors,
Oh, well.
and I got away from that.
And if you can't find like a partner, find somebody, if it's not motivating you to go alone, find a friend that's wanting to get healthier, a family member or somebody, and go to walk with them. It's going to keep you accountable because you're going to go. You're not going to back out because they're going to be waiting on you. And you're going to enjoy it more. You're going to be chatting and talking with your friend and catching up while you're there. So it's kind of two for one. And maybe, if you absolutely can't do that and you don't have a friend that lives nearby that is interested in doing that, find somebody that maybe is interested in doing it with you that maybe doesn't even live with you, but you're accountable to, or live close to you, but you're accountable and you text each other back and forth. Like, did you get, you know that they're going to ask if you got your walk in for the day or whatever. And so you might be more motivated.
Yeah. Having an accountability partner is very helpful.
Yeah, it's a big help.
It
So
is.
find somebody, whether they're in person or just somebody that you can that is going to text you and check up on you and make sure you're being accountable is a really
Hello, Ken. Welcome in. Ken says he likes to take nature walks.
love walks out in the nature. And again, that just adds to it because sunshine and fresh air has so many great benefits to our health too. So you can get those two things in at once. That's awesome. And it's just so nice and relaxing to go on a little hike or a nature walk and see all of the beautiful, God's beautiful creation around us and the beautiful weather. So,
Gail doesn't have anyone to walk with. She walks alone.
and in that case, if I think sometimes a walk alone can be really relaxing and nice, and especially if you're outside in nature. But if you do find it kind of mundane and boring because you don't have anybody to walk with, try putting in some music, put in some earbuds, put in some music or good podcasts that you like to listen to, and listen to that while you're walking, and it might help you enjoy it a lot more and the time pass faster.
Nisi, welcome in. This is Bobby. She had forgotten your name.
Okay,
Um,
I'm not always good to names either.
but I do need to get back in the groove of walking. I used to walk a lot, and I stepped away from that.
Yeah, I used to walk a lot more than I do now, so I want to get back into it. But I really enjoy it. I always like to do it outside. I think that's kind of why I get out of it too in the winter because here it's snowy and cold and muddy in the winter. But um, now that it's so pretty outside, it's just a good time to get reset and get back out there and start walking again.
David says that gardening gives you exercise and great food. Gail does listen to music while she walks on her phone. David walks with his dog.
Yeah, all good things. Gardening is definitely, and again, going back to like when we looked at years ago when they were more, they had to rely on farming and they had to do more to cook and just put more effort into everything. They were getting much more movement into their daily lives. And now we don't really have to because not everybody raises a garden. They just go to the grocery store or even have it delivered to their front door. And they don't have to put in a lot of effort to cook if they don't want to. They can just, throw something in the oven or the microwave and so, yeah, but gardening is kind of a two for one. You get to grow your own healthy food and you get good exercise. You also get sunshine and the benefits of that. So I guess it would be like a three for one, but it's really good.
Right. Gail, her channel name is Supper at the Family Table. Gail says we are motivating her to go walking, and Nisi won't be able to go back on her walks until after surgery. And wishing you the best with your surgery. And
Yes.
everything goes well for you. But I'm going to go ahead and share your link to your channel. She has all of these new craft friends to remember names too. I am bad at remembering names, y'all. I was telling them the other day, that's why a lot of times when I'm in the chats, you're going to hear me or see me just saying, if they say hi to me, um, this is Bobby's link that's just dropping, you guys. I'm going to respond by saying, hi, such and such channel, because I can't remember names. I know there's so many channels. Several of them I know, but there's a lot of them I don't. And so it's nothing personal. If I don't call it anybody by their name, it's just I don't remember it. And
Yeah, I know. I remember a lot of channels by their name too. So by the name of the channel. So
but anyway, I think we've caught up with the chat. And again, we want to say welcome to everybody. It looks like we've got 10 people in here. And even if you're not commenting, welcome in. This is Bobby. She is a nutrition coach, and she does have her own channel, Supper at the Family Table. Gail says she will find you. And you are frozen right now. So while Bobby's trying to get her internet straightened out, does anyone have any questions for her that you'd like to drop in the comments? And we lost her, and here she is again.
okay, it kicked me off. I don't know. It was working fine, and then it just
All of a
started like
sudden we were
loading.
talking, and you were just like froze.
I don't know what happened there. Oh well.
Yeah, Gil
Hopefully,
made hers easy. She is,
yeah, she has her name in there.
yeah, she has her name in her channels. Nisi says the announcement for her long-awaited 1000 celebration is posted on her homepage March the 29th at 1 Central, 2
Great
p.m.
job. Awesome.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Congratulations to you.
David says owning a horse will get you into shape. Belling hay and shoveling
Yes,
manure. I bet it would.
it will. Very quickly.
Y'all drop in and check out Nisi's party. Her celebration, celebrating her 1,000 subscribers. She's got an awesome channel, freehandly made.
Awesome. That's a big accomplishment to get that
Yeah,
1,000
I am
subscriber.
still striving for that.
Me too. I'm far, far away, but you're getting closer there. I see. You're getting pretty close to that
Yeah,
next
I
step.
have finally passed the 700 mark.
That's
Good
awesome.
morning, Tina. How are y'all? She's going to be doing lots of giveaways for her connected family. And she does some beautiful crocheting. I think you
I
call it crocheting.
love crocheting.
Yeah, my mom used to do it years ago. She made lots of like blankets and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Really.
Really amazing.
I think we are caught up with the chat, so
Okay. So our next one is fresh air or sunshine. So just getting outside and enjoying the fresh air, sunshine, and can really do a lot. So we touched on it a little bit in our previous point here, but it can do so much good for you. If you just step outside in the morning for a few minutes, it can really help with your circadian rhythm. And getting outside throughout the day is really, really good for us. We weren't really meant to be cooped up inside in these buildings all day. We need the natural light, the sunshine, of course, we need the vitamin D, but so many other benefits. Um, it can help you fight off viruses and infections. It is just, again, really good for mood and improving your mental health. And it's just so, so good for our bodies and does so many good things to get some fresh air. So try to step outside in the morning. Again, it will help with your circadian rhythm if you can step outside for just like 5 minutes and enjoy um, that fresh air and sunlight and try to do it again throughout the day. And again, if you can work it in with some of your other habits, it's not going to take up as much as your time, but you're really going to enjoy it. I know here in the winter, it's kind of hard to get outside and enjoy the sunshine. Even when you're outside, there's not a ton of sunshine, and you're just kind of getting chores done, getting the animal chores done, and trying to get back in because it's so cold. But working out in the garden the other day and then just kind of sitting outside for a while and getting to enjoy more of that sunshine in time was really, really nice. So try to incorporate it again. If you're growing a garden, that can kind of be your sunshine time. Drink your water outside first thing in the morning, like we talked about. You could do that. You could do your movement outside, like you're walking, or even if you're doing some form of other movement, you could totally like take your workout mat outside, get outside. So try to work it in with other things if you can. It'll be good for you, good for your health, and you won't feel as overwhelmed with having to do all the things because you're kind of working it in with other things.
right.
So, uh, yeah, sitting on the porch is so relaxing, and we do a lot of that here, especially after supper. Now that the days are longer, and it's just really, really nice.
Our porch is so narrow. It's a United built home, and they built it, I think, late 80s, and was when it was built. And they had narrow porches, so you can barely even sit on it. Your feet about hang off the porch. So I am wanting to have it widened out eventually, and I know anything that happens is probably going to happen in the back first, off of the back door, because we're supposed to be getting a pool this year. So I don't know. Maybe we'll get something back there. Who knows? We'll see.
So yeah, there are just so many good benefits to just getting out and getting some lots of good reasons to do that. So, next up, I think if we're caught up on the chat here, I think
I
we
think
are,
we are.
is eating sitting down. So I think a lot of people may not see the value in this. It might sound a little bit interesting to you all, but to you're sometimes when we eat standing up, we're in such a hurry, we're just grabbing something on the go and then kind of eat it on the way out the door or wait for the next thing or whatever the case may be. And that is definitely going to happen sometimes, and that doesn't always have to, you don't have to avoid it completely. But the first kind of part of our body breaking down that food is through chewing. And so chewing is going to help aid in your digestion. You're really sitting there, taking your time and chewing it, your body's going to digest that food better. Also, if you're eating sitting down, you're probably going to be eating slower again because you're not going to be rushing around and just trying to get out the door or on to the next thing that you need to do in the house. And a lot of times, if you eat slower, you're probably going to eat less because your brain and your stomach are going to have time to communicate and tell you that you're full. Whereas if you're eating fast, you're not going to have as much time to do that. And so you may end up eating more than you would if you were eating slower because the brain and the stomach haven't really had time to communicate and tell you, hey, you're full, you can stop now. And so that's a big one. And just sitting down and kind of being mindful when you're eating is a big thing.
Right.
So, going for a walk, we kind of already emphasized that one. I don't know why I had that as two different points, movement and walk, but walking, again, we talked about is a really good one. And then cooking. So obviously, I think this is apparent. We've talked about this probably through every um, episode so far, but cooking your meals, taking the time to actually cook something from scratch or in your home is always going to be a lot better than grabbing your fast food or grabbing takeout or something from the freezer section or whatever it may be. Um, so maybe, if you always, maybe if you grab food a few times a week, try to cut back on like one and try to say, okay, this day I'm not going to grab that fast food on the way home. I'm going to go home and I'm going to cook something. So it not only is good, you get to enjoy it if you enjoy it, kind of take the time and relax and cook. And then you also get to enjoy and consume healthier food as well. So, and you know what's in it and you can trust it. You may end up liking a lot of healthier foods that maybe you didn't know you like. Play around with how you're preparing it. We talked about a lot in I think a couple episodes ago, where a lot of us don't like certain things certain ways, but if you try preparing it another way, you may really like it and get the health benefits from it. So
I've been trying to do this week not eating before 11 and not eating after 7 thing.
intermittent fasting, a lot of people find that really helpful, and it can be a really good thing. So if that give that a try maybe and see if that works for you. But there are a lot of people that have good success with it. Um, and if you're not a breakfast person, because a lot of people aren't, it's really not that hard to do, um, depending on your sleep schedule and stuff. But a lot of people do find really good success with intermittent fasting.
Yeah. Thank you, Shannon. Yes, please hit the thumbs up if you don't mind. We would appreciate it. Gail, I've seen a comment somewhere on here. Well, let me find it. Southern Sandy Crafts hit 401 this morning.
So
That made me think. Didn't you start a new channel or did you not? Ken says you can also play video games. That's funny because I lost Bobby again. Um, my granddaughter has some game systems here at the house, and so one of them had messed up. So I was sitting there yesterday and afternoon trying to get it fixed and synced back to the console and all that. So I was sitting there playing Mario Kart. So I was like, well, here I am, this grandma sitting here playing Mario Kart. It
Mario Kart is
was
really.
pretty fun though. But
I'm sorry. My leave button is like right next to the chat button on my phone here, so I wrong button.
Southern Sandy Crafts is Gil. Thank you, Nisi. I was wondering that. You can also play video games that have you in motion. I have thought of one that would be really neat. Would be the Oculus.
Oh
That's
yeah,
a new system that has come out.
you're in motion a lot during those, or at least some of the games
I
for
do
sure.
like games. It's just taking the time to sit down and play them, and I just don't. I don't take that time. I used to, but
Yeah, I haven't really in a while, but
Nisi is a breakfast person. She eats the same thing every morning, and a healthy snack for lunch. The next bigger meal isn't until dinner.
yeah, that's a good way to do it too. You just have to find what works for you. There's not a wrong way. Like I said before, there's not a one size fits all that's gonna work for everybody, but you kind of just see what works for you.
Um, yeah. I've been drinking smoothies for breakfast this morning
Those are really
without spinach, Shannon. Mine have come out of the Slim Fast can.
smoothies are a really good way to get a lot of nutrition.
Yeah, and I haven't been convinced. Shannon's been trying to convince me to put spinach in my smoothies. That it's just the thing to do. I haven't got there yet, but
You really don't know it's in there. It's just
I have
yeah.
a hard time believing that though. Anything that makes it turn that shade of green has got to affect the flavor.
If you didn't know it, if you had somebody else make it for you and you didn't notice it, you probably wouldn't. Like it
So
really, I
a
promise, it
blind
has.
taste test. Oh, David said, and kale is good.
Yeah, kale is good too. You might. I've put kale in there before. You kind of notice kale is in there though, more than spinach. Not so much the taste, but it doesn't usually blend up quite as smooth as spinach. So
Well,
it's good. I've done it before, but if you don't like the idea of greens, I'd start with spinach.
David's telling me to have faith.
Just
Shannon,
give it a try, just one time. It's really, you really
I guess I need to mix one up and try it here on live, huh?
yes,
That could get interesting.
that.
Could be about like some of them that's doing that Bean Boozled challenge on their
Oh,
lives.
oh, we have done that before a long time ago, and some of those are really good.
Somebody was threatening to call me out the other day, and I think it was Kenny from over at Abundant Acres, and I'm like, I ain't doing it. You were going to be wasting your time.
Ah, fair. Some of them are not bad, and some of them are really, really nasty.
Yeah, I'm not good at gross stuff. But I think we got caught up.
Okay, so next kind of point or habit here. Okay, we all do this, so it's not necessarily a habit, but getting into the habit of getting good sleep. So, sleep is really important for overall health, weight loss, to mental health, all the things. So, just trying to get into the sleep pattern, make sure you're getting enough sleep and getting your sleep schedule on track. Uh, really
You're fading in and out.
I am. I'm
Yeah,
so sorry. Okay. What's wrong with this internet? I'm so sorry. Um,
you're good.
but sleep. So, really kind of obviously we all sleep. So, I mean, getting into the habit of sleeping isn't going to be that big of a thing for anybody, but getting into the habit of getting good sleep. So, trying to make sure you're getting enough and you're setting a good sleep schedule can really help with, all kinds of things, mental health, physical, um, weight loss, and just all the things. So, trying to get into a good sleep pattern is really important.
And a sleep pattern that's good is hard for me because I am a night owl.
I am too. I feel
That
you on this. I'm not that great at it, but I like to
it's nothing for me to stay up 1 o'clock at
yeah,
night
me either.
and sleep the morning away.
Always.
That's my best sleep.
Me too. I would much prefer
But anyway, it's not always good, but
that.
it's what it
But
is.
I understand it. I understand it.
I'm like, because we have two bread routes, so by the time my husband and my son gets out the door, the whole house is woke up, so to speak.
Mhm.
And I'm like, man, about 5:30, 6 o'clock, when they're all gone, it's sleep time.
Yes. Really, yes.
Uh, Sleep is a challenge with autism and ADHD. Uh, Comes insomnia. Nisi has taken 30, magnesium 30 before bed, and it's helping, but she still has episodes where I'm up all night.
Mhm. Magnesium can be really good for sleep. But also, maybe try some like herbal remedies like chamomile tea is really good. Um, if you do essential oils, maybe try some lavender. or some Palo Santo, vetiver. Uh, those are just a few that pop into my mind right away. But herbal remedies could help. But yes, magnesium is also really good for sleep.
David slept from 3 to 9 this morning. I think I slept till about 9:30, something like that. Um, yeah, essential oils, the lavender. I have it, which I have Young Living oils, but it
Love it.
stays in the far corner of the house in my daughter's room, far away from me. 'Cause I am allergic to lavender, so when
Oh,
she's
well
using
then
it,
don't do lavender.
that's her
Try
door.
something else. Try like vetiver is a good one. That popped into my mind that's not lavender. You could get chamomile, essential oil. You can get the tea.
It's like the thieves cleaner they have. If
Mhm.
we're cleaning
Yeah,
with
we use
it,
that.
once in a while I will. If I'm not doing a big cleaning job, but most of the time she's going to do it because I'm allergic to cinnamon.
Oh no.
So,
Yeah, well, stay away from the thieves cleaner then.
but I love my essential oils.
We do too.
Uh, they're
We do too.
a good deal. And I have several favorites. Ken finds with autism to help you sleep better, do something relaxing and de-stress yourself before trying to sleep. Make sure you have comfortable clothes and sleep in, along with the sheets and blankets.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, Shannon says we're gonna have to keep you in a bubble. Lavender is her favorite. I did not find out that I was allergic to lavender until I had bought some Epsom salt that had lavender in it. And I put it in the tub. Yeah, it wasn't good.
Oh no.
And I stay far away from that as I can.
We love lavender. We use it all the time.
Yeah. But I have a friend that can do what is that? She calls it a muscle test to see what you're allergic to and what you're not. Yeah, I definitely flunked the lavender one. She did it.
Yeah, that's the popular ones. It's probably kind of hard to stay away from.
Yeah. Anyway, I think we're caught up again.
Okay. Well, moving on more into the weight loss or the low carb uh, thing. Does anybody have any kind of questions maybe that regarding weight loss or low carb?
I'm going to be putting out several low carb videos here.
I noticed I watched your chicken one last night.
Oh, it was so good.
It looked
My
really good.
daughter's like, "Are you going to be making that again?" And I was like, "Yeah, make it
The
again."
repeat. You know, if they asked for it again, then it was
It
gonna do it.
was so good. And I think that's been one of my favorite ones that I've came across.
It looked really
And it was really good. The pork one is a low carb. I'm going to make which I mean, it automatically, I guess, is because of meat, but the sauce I'm going to make with it is going to be low carb, I believe. So that'll probably be my next. I don't know. I went through and I'm going to do a garlic butter chicken. And I found a
good. Ooh, that
recipe
sounds good.
for, I may have told you last week. I can't remember. Uh, Hello, Paul. Welcome in. Shannon's waiting on her plate. uh, Keto pasta noodles.
Oh yes, those
Did I
sound really
mention
good.
that to you last?
Yes, those were really interesting because
I
I'd
bought
never
the
heard of that.
stuff to make them. I haven't made them yet, but I bought the stuff to make them. And then I found a keto French fry. I don't know if I told you about that one.
Ooh, no, you
And
didn't.
I'm gonna
What is
do.
it made from?
I'm trying to pull it up here. I've got all these different things I'm gonna try. We did find or my daughter Kayla found a carb. I think it's carb. I can't remember what it's called. It almost reminds you of a box of Bisquick if you look at it,
Hmm.
but it's a low carb mix, and it's at Walmart. She seen it online and she found it at Walmart. It's like $7 a box. But you can make those drop biscuits, those cheddar biscuits that's like at Red Lobster,
Ooh,
and you cannot tell the difference in them.
I love those. They're so good.
They were so good, and it's just that mix, a little bit of garlic powder, cheddar cheese, water, and half, or heavy whipping cream.
Oh, that sounds really good. See, I have
Mix your
made a
sauce.
low carb version of those with like almond flour and stuff, and they're really good. But you can kind of tell the difference. They're not exactly the same texture wise and stuff.
I couldn't tell the difference in these. And I looked on the box because I had a box of the Red Lobster, and it was like 19 carbs versus these were two
Oh wow.
for this mix. So I was like, that's kind of a sizable difference there.
Yes, definitely.
So I'm looking forward to making more of those.
Those all sound amazing.
Uh, these have almond flour, coconut flour, and I can never say the name of that gum. Starts with an X.
Xanthan.
Yes, and water and salt and pepper is all it's in it.
Oh wow. Huh. I'll have to look for that.
So
That
I'm
makes it really easy. A lot of recipes, if you're doing like gluten-free low carb baking, will have like coconut flour and almond flour. But having a mix like that, where it's just the ratio is perfect, would make it so much easier for a lot of people to just use that.
so I am anxious to try it. And so in the chat, um, I don't know if any of you guys diet. Um, do y'all prefer keto or do you prefer um, a different diet?
Yeah.
Let us know. Drop us a comment while we continue
And
to yak.
while we're kind of talking on low carb and just some kind of tips for eating low carb if that's your choice of the diet for weight loss or whatever the case may be, but you don't really have to, give up everything that you like. Just trying to find the different swaps. Like if you eat a lot of tortillas, there's like the carb balance or the carb smart, whatever they
Welcome
call it.
in, Nisi. Have a great day.
Tortillas by if you're eating fries, just kind of switch up from the potato to, a lower carb vegetable. Just kind of think about it and swap things out for maybe lower carb options.
I just told Nisi, welcome in. Have a great day. I ain't got it together today. Bye, Nisi. Thanks for coming in.
Uh,
Bobby prefer or Paul. I can't even talk. Y'all, I am messed up today. Where did you go? There you are. Paul prefers Southern cooking. Shannon loves keto. And she bought some monk fruit sweetener.
oh, I hope you like it. Like I said, it's one of my favorite if I'm doing like a completely like non-sugar sweetener. I find it has like the least aftertaste and
David doesn't diet. He just eats a well-rounded diet. Organic if possible. Less
yeah,
meat, more fruit, more veggies.
that's a good way though. Lots of fruit and veggies and well-rounded. You don't really have to cut, everything out or any one food group out, but just kind of balance.
I bought this stuff to make a sugar-free, I think it is, earthquake cake. I bought
Ooh.
sugar-free chocolate chips, unsweetened coconut. So I'm just going to give that a try. It looks good. Tim says he is well-rounded. I'm right there with you, Tim. David says eat whole greens and non-GMO.
Mhm. Yeah, that's a good thing. I think that's one of the big things is a lot of our culture. even when they're eating carbs, carbs aren't necessarily, you can, I mean, you can, there are reasons to cut carbs, but if you don't necessarily have to, I think a lot of the problem with the carbs our society is eating today is they're not whole grains and they're stripped and they're just really processed. Whereas if you're eating good whole grains, is where we need to be focusing on, and non-GMOs. Big deal. Again, very
Shannon
small.
likes to eat a lot of chicken when it comes to meat.
We eat a lot of chicken here. Chicken, turkey. We do eat beef, but we love a lot of chicken.
Chicken here at this house is about like going to the store and buying milk and eggs and butter. It's just
hmm
full. It's not an added thing. It's just part of life. That's
Yeah,
just
we always try to have chicken stocked up in the freezer, so you can always pull it. Whether it's bone-in chicken, and we'll do like our own broth off of it, and then use the chicken for something else, or whether it's some boneless breast. There's always
chicken would probably be our main meat around here.
mm-hmm.
Um,
We eat a lot of chicken and turkey. And then pork would probably be a second. But we do eat beef too.
that's a good blood pressure, Tim. I'd be scared to check mine. Um, I'm supposed to take two
Yeah, that's good.
pills a day. Once in a while, I'll take one. Um, I would do turkey, but my family doesn't really do turkey. They'll do it at Thanksgiving. I have made ground turkey before
Uh-huh.
and hid the package from my husband in the bottom of the trash so he wouldn't know what he was eating. So,
Yeah, we do a lot of ground turkey, so just kind of disguise it almost like ground beef. And so certain ways you fix it, some people can't even tell what it
I
is.
tried to spice it up, and I stuck the package and buried it in the trash can.
Yeah. Sometimes we have a couple of people that are a little bit picky about turkey. And so sometimes there are some ways that we fix it. They're like, ew, this is turkey. But there are also some ways that we can completely disguise it and they never know. But we did just receive a message that the power maintenance is going on. Is apparently taking longer than expected, so it may go off again. They're not
Well,
sure. So
it's
if I disappear, that is
it's about
why
to
the
close
power
out
went
time
off.
here anyway.
Okay.
Shannon loves pork. Yes, we do love pork here too. We do eat a lot of beef.
Yeah,
Um,
we eat a lot of we'll get like the pork roast from butcher shop or butcher box. I don't know why. But we'll eat a lot, we'll do that, and that will serve us for like 3 or 4 meals. We'll like cook the roast the first day and eat it with, potatoes or carrots or whatever. And then we have leftovers to do so many things with throughout the week.
I'm with you, Paul. If I just gave up bread and pasta and
Yeah.
rice.
It's hard, but even you, like I said before, you don't really necessarily have to give it up. If you're doing low carb, you can find other breads and other pastas and things. And if you're not trying to do super low carb, just try switching to a whole grain, whole wheat pasta, brown rice.
I went and sat down at Osaka's the other day at the hibachi grill, and they throw out all the noodles and they throw out all the rice and they
Yeah,
all the yum
so
yums.
good. All the yummy stuff.
I was like, this is not healthy.
Well, as a treat, it's fun.
Yeah, just white bread, pasta, and rice. David said. I did buy some brown rice. I am going to try to switch that out.
Yeah, you might have to. It's really good. I don't, you probably won't. It probably won't affect your change of your taste too much. You just might have to get. Um, you might. Your where you might see the difference is cooking it. You have to adjust the cooking a little bit on brown rice sometimes, but other than that, it's really good.
Try whole grain sprouted bread.
Yep, sprouted bread is really good because it's easier to digest.
Hmm.
You can buy it at a lot of stores now too.
Yeah, now we carry. Tim says he has yo-yo dieted so many times, but finally just eat. He does rolled oats with cinnamon for breakfast, mostly sweet potatoes, less white potatoes. I do
Yeah,
like.
sweet potatoes are really good and full of, excuse me, full of nutrients.
I know on our bread truck, one of the routes we carry a lot of the Dave's Killer Bread stuff.
Love Dave's Killer Bread. That is like the bread that I buy all the time. Well, either the Dave's Killer Bread or the one that they have at Aldi. It's pretty much the same thing, but that is the bread that I always buy.
Shannon wants to know if sourdough bread is bad for you.
No, sourdough bread is really good for you. And we'll talk about why really quick is because sourdough is, well, it's wild yeast, so it's a yeast that's kind of captured and it's fermented, like it as your grains have fermented, which breaks down the gluten and the stuff in the grains and makes them easier to digest.
No, we need to start us some sourdough starter, Shannon.
I love sourdough. Actually, I'll try to have a video coming out pretty soon. I have filmed it once already and had issues and I didn't get it up, but I'll have to refilm it again. But there's actually a really easy way to make sourdough starters that is faster and a lot easier than the whole feeding and discarding process. So
Okay.
it doesn't have to be super complicated.
But y'all, it has been a great hour. It's
Yeah, thank you so much for
12:01.
having me again. Always
And
good to be here and see y'all.
Bobby will be back next week to wrap up
Mm-hmm.
the
Super
series.
exciting.
And it's been a lot of fun.
It has been so much fun.
Uh,
Enjoyed it.
have the Let's Grow Together tonight at 5 Central. Gonna have lots of
Right.
channels for showcasing on there. And but anyway, so what are we gonna be hitting on next week?
I have really not decided yet. So do you all have anything? I would be happy to talk about anything that you all want to hear. So I've kind of planned them so far. So if you all have anything specific you want me to talk about, I would be happy to do so.
Drop it in the comments. You can also find Bobby on YouTube, Supper at the
Mm-hmm.
Family Table. You can find her on Instagram, Supper at the Family Table. Are you on Facebook?
Yes, same thing.
Facebook.
Separate the same table.
So if you got something you would like for her to discuss, you can drop it in this chat, or you can probably DM her.
Yep.
Or
Let
drop
me
it in
know.
the comments sections
Drop
over
it in
there.
the comments here or on the video or DM me on Instagram or Facebook and let me know because I want to know what y'all want to hear about and what you want to know more about. So
We're gonna have the grand finale next week.
yeah, exciting. It's been so much fun and I'm so glad you invited me to be here. So
I have enjoyed it. And then the next month, I guess I'm gonna go back. Some people are wanting to come back to the vintage cooking, so I
that's
guess
really fun.
where we left off, I think we stopped at the 50s. So I guess we'll do pick up in the 60s somewhere.
Awesome, that'll be fun.
And I don't know what we'll come up with. I have to bring Bobby back on one of them. She likes to vintage cook too.
Yes, I love food history.
But anyway, thanks for
All
everyone.
right, thank you, and thank you all so much for watching.
And we will see you guys this evening or somewhere else out in
Yeah,
YouTube.
have a great day, guys. Bye.
Have a good one. Bye bye.